Is KSI an egomaniac? Yeah, he is, yeah. However, I don't think that that's a big secret. I think if you look at his behavior from the last fucking forever years, it's been pretty clear. And yet somehow I've come to learn people feel blindsided by his absence from the Sidemen. And that's what I've gathered you all here today for. I want to talk about his leave from the Sidemen. And then I want to talk about his comments and actions from the past that leave me with the feeling that he's not such a great bloke. So let's start in modern day. About a week ago now, KSI announced he's leaving the Sidemen, which obviously took many people by surprise. I mean, of course, fans would be shocked to hear this news. And you know who else was shocked to hear this news? The Sidemen. The Sidemen, released a statement saying, "We will be forever grateful for the amazing moments and memories we've shared together. Unfortunately, his exit did not happen in a way any of us wanted it to. That has understandably left lots of you confused, and we feel like we owe you some clarity. It is difficult for us to address the situation, and it has taken some time, because we're a group and not an individual. We don't have a spokesperson as such, and each of our opinions and feelings differ, which is why we're using this shared statement. Ideally, we would have loved the opportunity to give JJ the send-off he deserved, a proper farewell video, time for everyone to process it, and a chance to celebrate everything we have built together. Unfortunately, JJ released the news before we had an agreement on a mutual way of letting our audience know." Here is my hot take. KSI is a grown-ass man. He is allowed to leave this group if he feels like it was taking his time away from his family, which is one of the main points he makes in his leaving video. And I feel like I've seen lots of videos and TikToks of people saying that him leaving himself is selfish. However, I feel like I'm finding myself disagreeing. And to those people, I feel like I have to say they've missed the whole point. I don't think anybody cares that he's chosen to leave the Sidemen. I think they care about the manner of which he chose to do it. That is the selfish part, not leaving itself. I mean, in his leaving video, he claims that these are his best friends. The people that he's watched go with him, which is, I feel like an odd choice of words. And that there is just nothing but love between them. And I'm so willing to accept that. However, if that's the case, and these are people you love, why would you blindside them like this? Not in the sense that they didn't know you were going to leave. From what I can infer, they knew he was going to leave. It's the manner of how he left. Why would you just do that and not organise that with them? What is the rush to leave if you know you had your last video planned already? Where is the harm in letting them make a proper video for you, like almost a tribute video? I mean, given the size of his ego, you'd expect he'd want that. And there's quite a few differing opinions on why he would do that. I've seen some people say he just rushes into things, you know, in the sense that possibly he's thoughtless or just selfish in general. That seems to be a very popular opinion. But also I sort of get this nagging feeling that KSI enjoys the views he gets from controversy. I mean, especially right now while he's so obsessed with these views, these numbers. Part of me feels like he wanted his exit to have, I don't know what the word is, like a stigma around it maybe? Like he wanted it to be in the news, and it was on fucking BBC for some reason, because obviously it does get him more views. It's people like me speaking into a microphone about him, which again just circles back to the idea that, you know, possible egomaniac, but possible. Alleged. And if we think back, this wouldn't be new for him to do. It wouldn't be new for any YouTuber to do, I guess. But for most YouTubers, it's always in good faith. Most. But when we look at thick of it, the only reason that song got so many views is because it was shit on consistently. Which he fed into by being a man-child on camera.
So obvious what you're gonna do! This isn't funny! I mean, that's 1 second in.
Sometimes I look back on those videos and I still wonder about whether or not, like, he was being serious. But then if you go even further back, we're talking when he left the Sidemen originally. I mean, they made racks from all those songs.
I don't give a fuck, man. I shit in the urinal.
So I guess my point is, it's not new behavior for him. It's just that this one feels like more of a selfish move compared to some of the ones in the past. And here's what really irks me about his departure. It's the podcasts. You knew I was going to say it. Everybody said it. It's the podcasts. And I think that's what's led people like me to the belief that he is an egomaniac. If you just keep saying things, they'll become true. Before I show you any clips of them, which I'm sure you've probably already seen, I want to talk about something that people haven't mentioned. It's the fact that he's on those podcasts. And what do I mean by that? I don't just mean the fact he's doing it, I mean the fact they've been organised. We're talking less than a week from leaving the most important thing to him, in his words. He's going on to podcasts and explaining why he's better. I just feel like he's trying to sell two messages. His leaving video, very emotional. For him, at least, not me. You can tell he's trying to be genuine, or at least that's what he's trying to present as. But then a couple days down the line, he has podcasts booked, where he's not exactly slating, but he's putting himself at the top of the pedestal of the Sidemen. I mean, let me just play this.
There's always like a Harry Styles, you know, in One Direction, or a Beyonce in Destiny's Child. You could argue I am that of the Sidemen.
When he says you could argue, who is he talking about? Who told him that? I can be fine with the idea that he thinks that. I'm just not fine with the idea that he can't admit it to himself. It just reeks of ego. Let me play this clip as well.
I'm trying to compete with Jimmy, Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
And he gets about 4 billion every month in shorts and about 600 million long form. I mentioned Sidemen Boys, I'm going to get more subscribers than Sidemen. And I'm also going to get more views than Sidemen. So I got more views than Sidemen in a month. So now I just need to get more subscribers. Yeah. And then it's just keep it up. And then it's like, all right, cool. I'm looking at Speed now. I need to try and get more views than Speed. And then after Speed, who's next?
Yeah.
Until I get to Jimmy. And then it's like, yeah, me and Jimmy going back to back.
It's so hard to comment on this because there are so many conflicting thoughts. Can this grown-ass man aspire to be something more than he is? Yes. But for me, it's just all timing. So he's cut this chain off his foot so he can fly freely and makes what he wants to make and compete with Mr. Beast. And do you make this? You make 6-7 jokes to a song that was popular a month ago. It just reeks of corporate greed. That's what it reeks of. He's not trying to compete with Mr. Beast. He's trying to be Mr. Beast. But he's doing this in a world that's growing more and more sick of the beastification of YouTube. He's like almost actively trying to become the enemy. And that's not just from it is from my personal views, but he said so, what, 10 years ago? Back when Jake Paul was spamming slop for children? What did KSI have to say about that?
Gone are the days where people would just make videos for fun. Now it's all about people making videos for monetary gain. YouTubers now have directors, editors, cameramen, and other things to help them out. Whereas before, it was only the YouTuber that would do that themselves. That essentially is the game right now. That is the YouTube game. That's how you remain relevant nowadays. And personally, I just don't want to be a part of that game anymore. From now on, I'm going to be making content that I want to put up. I just hated how YouTube became like a chore for me, having to always keep up with these bullshit trends and shit.
He thought it was shit, he thought it was tap, and now he's changed? I mean, yeah, people can change over time. It was 10 years ago. But I feel like the growing opinion over the last 10 years is that KSI was right, that content is bad. Especially since Mr. Beast's fucking full takeover of YouTube. I mean, don't get me wrong, I watch Mr. Beast, and his content is simply on another level. But what people hate about it, what I hate about it, is it reeks of corporate greed. It's taken away the personality. It's moved away from, I'm making this because I want to, and yeah, sure, there's a very handsome paycheck, but I'm making this because that's what I want to do, to just staring at data and figures. You know, he has 10 people sitting in an editing room trying to find the perfect time to play the fucking
Who is this 9-year-old that is going viral? Or farming on a boat?
I just don't understand how somebody who already has a massive fan base aspires to be that. Especially when he comes from a channel which has honest content. I would describe the Sidemen channel as possibly slightly Mr. Beast-ish, if that makes sense. Like big budget, thumbnail face, all that, but they are an honest friend group. Essentially, I think you'd actually be allowed to argue that the Sidemen is the English version of Mr. Beast. But all of a sudden, KSI makes one fucking samurai sword video, bangs views with toddlers on iPads, and decides, yeah, that's the move. That's what I'm gonna do for my legacy. I mean, it's just, have you no shame? But I guess this is KSI we're talking about. So he has no shame, yeah, it's not a secret. He is genuinely possibly in love with himself. After all, he is the man that can see John Cena, right?
Yeah, I'm the one that knows Victoria's Secret. I'm the one that knows what the dog is doing.
See, I've never really been a big KSI fan, but I don't know how you can watch this and not feel cringe.
You don't need this as much as I do. No pressure, Tommy. I'll see you soon.
Look at him. He loves himself. He really does. Power to the man. Power to him. I guess at the end of the day, people just don't like this change. I'm never gonna support somebody who makes content like this unless they're self-aware, I feel. But also being self-aware doesn't fix the issue of what they make. It just makes them more bearable people. I think he just needs to turn his back on the enemy and KSI needs to come.
Come home. Just come home.
Anyway, that's it from me. See you next week. Bye! For those of you sticking around, I just want to do a little update. I have been in Japan the last 3 months, so that's mostly been a lot of my absence. It's also why my voice is gone. I had a ridiculously good time, and I'm hoping to come back to an actual schedule. I'm definitely thinking about leaning more into commentary and video essays. They've always done well for me. But also, I like talking about stuff. I like talking about games. I like talking about movies. So yeah, I'm just hopeful this year will be good for us. Anyway, thank you for sticking around this long. I'll see you next week. Bye!